Hi, I'm Delia Hubbard, Digital Literacy Educator for Cornell Cooperative Extension of Rensselaer County. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a scary topic, scareware. It's a malicious type of cyber attack that anyone can experience, at home or at work, on a laptop or desktop computer, a cell phone, or a tablet. In this video, I'll show you how to recognize this type of attack and what you should do to keep yourself safe from falling for this scheme. In order to avoid scareware, it's helpful to know where it comes from. It's usually infected on your computer or cell phone or tablet through a malicious link. And you might follow that link through a pop-up alert on your computer screen. The alert might tell you that your antivirus software is out of date. It might tell you that you've already been infected with a virus and you need to follow the link to resolve the situation. Or your computer might be frozen and you receive an alert that you need to call an 800 number in order to reach tech support. Another way is through spam email attacks. You might receive the link and accidentally follow it from your email's inbox. Also, malicious software downloads can contain scareware. You might think that you are downloading an ad blocker for your internet browser, for example, but really you've invited in a piece of scareware. The tech support scam is a common type of scare. You can see a screenshot here of a Microsoft Windows example. The user has received this pop-up on the screen and their computer seems frozen. It says that their computer is disabled and they need to call Microsoft, where a technician will help them solve the problem. Sometimes these pop-up windows will tell you that you have a virus and you need to call your antivirus company in order to solve the problem. The 800 number that they provide, of course, is not going to Microsoft or your antivirus company, but rather to the criminal. Some criminals increase the scare factor by having an audio message read the alert over and over and over again on the screen, so you hear it as well as read it on your screen. And there's no way to close the window or stop that repeating message. The little X in the top right corner that you're used to clicking isn't there. The worst scares threaten legal action. They'll claim that you have stumbled upon a website with illegal content and threaten you to call an 800 number in order to clear your name. Here are a few tips to help you recognize that alert on your screen as a scare. First, look for typos and grammar issues. Those are a sure sign of a scare. Also, notice if there's flashing text or alert icons like exclamation points. Those are usually built in to help up the scare factor and get you to respond quickly. Know how your antivirus software program actually notifies you of genuine threats. Their alerts usually don't include things like flashing text and lots of exclamation points. And knowing how your antivirus program actually notifies you of a threat will help you identify the fakes easily. If you miss the warning signs and accidentally make that phone call, here's what you might experience. A helpful technical support clerk will likely ask if they can remotely access your computer to fix the issue, and they'll dial into your computer through the internet. They'll do some tinkering and the problem will seem to be fixed. Then the support person will request payment. They might ask for a gift card, which is a dead giveaway that you've entered into trouble. But they might also ask for a bank transfer, where they'll ask for a routing number and an account number to make a digital transfer. They might ask you for a credit or debit card number, or even a photo of a personal check. The refund portion of this scam adds an extra layer of complexity. Your helpful tech support person may offer to follow up with you the next day to be sure that their repair is still working. And of course, your computer has become frozen again or the alert is back. So the criminal is going to offer you a refund. And they might ask you to check your bank account to be sure the refund went through. And when you look at your bank account, it appears that they've given you far too much money back. In an example I worked with, the person paid $130 for the initial repair, and the criminal refunded $1,300. So now this tech support person, the criminal, is going to ask for you to refund back to them the excess refund, if you will, so that they don't get in trouble with their boss. And now you are sending more money back to the criminal. Here's where this whole scheme gets very scary. So when your remote tech help person gave you a remote support session, they accessed your computer and put a piece of software on there that will allow them to continue to access your computer at later times. Unfortunately, that means that if you don't make the payment for the service that they provided, or you don't refund them the overpayment that they refunded you, they will begin to threaten you. And they will threaten to disable your computer, to completely erase your hard drive, and that sort of thing. And they have the ability to do that. And that can be really scary because this person now has access to your personal information, your financial information, and they're threatening to wipe out a valuable piece of equipment or lose files that are very important to your work. If you see a suspicious alert on your device that you think might be scareware, here's what to do. First, make a mental note of where the alert came from. If you were surfing the internet, avoid going back to that website. If it came from an email, and you know the sender of the email, you should contact them to let them know that they've likely been hacked, and they should change their password and check out their device for suspicious activity. If it was a random email or a sales email, be sure you're using safe email practices going forward, so you can avoid clicking on suspicious links. We've included a link to another video about email-based phish attempts in the description below. Next, you'll want to disconnect from the internet immediately. Turning on airplane mode on your laptop or cell phone is the fastest way to do this, but you can also turn off Wi-Fi in your phone's settings, disconnect from Wi-Fi in the network settings, or unplug the internet cable if you're hardwired for your internet access. Third, you'll want to reboot your device. Completely power the device off or unplug it and let it sit for 10 minutes, then turn it back on. If you've fallen victim to a scareware scheme and you've already made contact with one of these tech help folks, first, disconnect from the internet immediately. Then power off your device and leave it off. If the tech help tries to contact you, ignore or decline any telephone calls and save any voice messages that they leave. You'll want to contact your bank and file a dispute if there are any unauthorized charges made on your account. Consider using a credit monitoring service like LifeLock or Credit Karma to watch your credit report for unauthorized activity. Contact a computer technician immediately. This might be a service if it was a personal attack, or your IT department if this happened at work. You'll also need to contact law enforcement for guidance, especially if your business was involved in the breach. There are state and federal resources that can be used to investigate the attack and possibly recover your data if the criminal damaged your computer. If you fall victim to one of these schemes, I really want you to know that you shouldn't feel ashamed about that. Criminals are really savvy at making authentic looking fakes, and it's actually fairly easy to fall for some of them. Just be proactive when you're on the internet or when you're in your email. Use your safe online browsing techniques. You want to be looking for typos and grammar errors that might throw up a red flag that this isn't a genuine alert. And make sure you hover over a link before you click on it so that you can see where that link will take you and that it's where you expect to go. If you do fall victim to one of these schemes, also remember that qualified IT repair people, whether it's a private service or an IT department at work, may be able to clean the malware off of your computer and return it to a safe browsing state. That means that your computer may not be permanently damaged. It just may need some work. if the criminal and your interaction got to the point where the criminal retaliated against you and did damage to your computer, those IT repair guys may be able to rebuild your hard drive and operating system, or even recover your data from a backup or from cloud storage. So all data may not be lost. And remember, your banks and credit cards have fraud dispute methods in place where you can potentially recover any money that got sent out. So all may not be lost, but it's going to take a lot of work on your end to fix the problem. So the best way to avoid that is by being proactive in the beginning. Some final important reminders. Microsoft, McAfee, Norton, and other big software companies are not going to suspend your account, ask you for your password. They're not going to personally call you, walk you through accessing your bank account, or even conduct remote tech support sessions. Contact a trusted IT service professional if you suspect that you have fallen prey to this scheme as soon as possible to try to recover your personal information and protect your device. Reach out to our digital literacy program for more online safety tips and training.